Friends, change your thinking, and your life will change. In today's world, we're all running the race to earn money, but has anyone ever taught us how to make money work for us? Our schools teach us to earn degrees, get jobs, and work hard all our lives. But is that really success? Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a powerful book that has completely transformed the way millions of people think about money. Written by Robert Kiyosaki, a well-known investor, business leader, and educator, this book shares the story of two father figures. One was his real father, the poor dad, and the other was his friend's father, the rich dad. Both had very different mindsets, and that's where the real battle of thinking begins. In this book summary, you'll discover what's the real difference between rich and poor mindsets? How can you make money from money? Does our education system truly prepare us for wealth or just for jobs? And most importantly, how to achieve financial freedom. This is not just a book, it's a wake-up call, a system that opens your eyes and teaches you that wealth doesn't come from hard work alone. It comes from smart thinking and smart decisions. If you want to improve your financial life, break free from money stress, and develop a powerful new financial mindset, then this summary might just be a game changer for you. So let's not waste a moment and dive into this life-changing book summary. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. A book that showed the world, the rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. Chapter 1. The rich don't work for money. Have you ever wondered why some people work hard their whole lives and still struggle financially, while others seem to grow wealthier as they age? That's exactly what Robert Kiyosaki started questioning when he was just 9 years old. Robert had two fathers. One was his poor dad, highly educated, but always struggling with money. The other was his rich dad, a school dropout, but someone who deeply understood the game of wealth and investing. When Robert asked his real father, "How do I make money?" the answer was, "Go to school, get good grades, and find a secure job." But Robert felt something was missing in that answer. That's when he turned to his rich dad, and this marked the beginning of his real financial education. Rich Dad hired Robert and his friend Mike to work in one of his stores and paid them barely anything, almost to the point of exploitation. A few weeks later, Robert gathered the courage and said, "This isn't fair, we deserve to be paid more." Rich Dad smiled and replied, "Good. Now you're feeling frustrated and asking questions." That's where real learning begins. Rich Dad's greatest lesson. Most people become slaves to money. They wake up, go to work, earn money, pay bills, and repeat. These people work only for a salary, driven by fear and greed. Fear keeps them from taking risks, while greed traps them in the endless desire for more. Rich people, on the other hand, make money work for them. They don't chase money. They build systems that generate money. Robert realized that schools don't teach us how to handle money. They only prepare us to work for money. And that is where the real difference begins. Poor and middle-class people chase jobs, while the rich focus on building financial intelligence. Rich Dad said, "If you can't control your emotions, like fear and greed, money will control you." And that's the dividing line between financial freedom and financial slavery. Chapter 1 teaches a deep truth. Don't work for money. Learn how money works. Once you master that, you step out of the rat race that most people run in for life. So the next time you find yourself trading time for a paycheck, pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I working for money, or is money working for me? Chapter 2. Why teach financial literacy? Have you ever wondered how some people earn millions and still end up broke, while others build wealth even with a modest income? In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki raises a powerful question. Is earning money more important, or learning how to manage it? Robert explains that the key to becoming rich is financial literacy, understanding how money works. Just earning more money isn't enough. If you don't know how to use that money wisely, you'll always stay stuck in the rat race. He shares a story about a young man who won millions in the lottery, but lost it all within a few years. Why? Because he had no financial education. Rich Dad's core philosophy was simple: buy assets, not liabilities. But what's the difference between the two? What is an asset? Anything that puts money into your pocket. like real estate, stocks, businesses, royalties, etc. What is a liability? Anything that takes money out of your pocket, like a home bought on loan, an expensive car with EMIs, or growing credit card debt. A lot of people believe that their home is an asset, but Robert says, if your house is taking money from you every month in the form of taxes, maintenance, EMIs, it's a liability, not an asset. This is the fundamental difference between the rich and the middle class. The middle class spends their income the moment it arrives, on bills, EMIs, and taxes. The rich, they buy assets first, things that will generate more income. Rich Dad always said, if you want to become rich, first learn accounting. That doesn't mean you need to become a chartered accountant, but you must understand the basics of cash flow, balance sheets, and income statements. Clarity about assets and liabilities is what shapes your financial future. That's why financial literacy is so important, because without it, even if you earn millions, you can still live poor. One of the most important lines in this chapter is, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. It's not just about earning, it's about saving, growing, and investing your money wisely. Robert says, schools teach us how to work for money, but they never teach us how to make money work for us. So if you truly want to become wealthy, start by educating yourself financially. Focus on buying assets, and keep adding income-generating sources to your life every month. In summary, earning money is just the first step. Managing, growing, and investing it wisely, that's the real art. And that art begins with financial literacy. Chapter 3. Mind your own business. Robert Kiyosaki says, the rich build their own businesses. The poor and middle class work for others. That's the core message of this chapter. Robert's poor dad and his real father, he's always said, study hard, get a good degree, and work for a big company. But Rich Dad had a different philosophy. Build your own company, create your own business. Live your dream, not someone else's. In this chapter, Robert makes it clear, there's nothing wrong with having a job. But if you spend your entire life depending only on a paycheck, you'll never achieve true financial freedom. Job versus business. With a job, you work every month for a salary, and that too after taxes are deducted. The government takes its cut first, then bills, EMIs, loans, and you're left managing life with whatever remains. But in a business, you earn first, spend next, and pay taxes last. That's the real difference in the financial game. Rich Dad used to say, don't confuse your profession with your business. You might be a doctor, engineer, or teacher, but the real question is, do you own something that makes money for you, even when you're not working? Robert teaches us what we should really focus on. Growing our asset column, investing in things that generate passive income. What counts as assets? A rental property, dividend-paying stocks, a part-time business, digital products, or royalties, content creation like audiobooks or YouTube videos. Robert says, until your assets can cover your lifestyle expenses, you're not truly free. That's why he advises, have a job, but use a part of your salary to build assets. Build a life where, even if you stop working, money still flows into your pocket. So many people keep working tirelessly but never pause to ask, whose business am I building? Rich Dad would say, instead of making someone else rich, build a system that works for you. And in today's world, the digital era makes this easier than ever. Online courses, YouTube channels, affiliate marketing, freelancing. You just need to shift your mindset. Key takeaway of this chapter, be in your profession, but build your own business, meaning keep your job but also grow something of your own on the side. Otherwise, you'll spend your life helping others fulfill their dreams, not yours. Chapter 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations have. You ever wondered, why do we pay taxes? And how do the rich keep getting richer despite paying taxes? In this eye-opening chapter, Robert Kiyosaki shares a shocking truth. The rich don't avoid taxes. They understand the system and use it smartly. Robert's poor dad and his real father used to say, paying taxes is our duty, it's good for society. But Rich Dad taught him, the tax system was created by the rich and designed to benefit them. A quick history of taxes. In the beginning, taxes were collected only during wars, but as governments needed more money, they made taxes permanent. People were told, "We'll tax the rich to help the poor." But the truth, over time, the middle class ended up bearing the burden, while the rich protected their money through corporations. What is a corporation? According to Rich Dad, a corporation is a legal entity that can help protect your money. In simple terms, the rich don't earn in their personal name. They earn under a company's name. Let's compare. Average person's flow, income, tax, spend, rich person's flow, via corporation, income, spend, tax. That means the rich list all their business expenses first, cars, travel, dinners, gadgets, etc., and pay tax only on the leftover amount. This is the power of a smart financial structure. What do the rich actually do? They create corporations, they study tax laws or hire smart accountants, they turn money into assets, they keep increasing their financial education. A powerful quote from Rich Dad: governments punish producers and reward consumers. In other words, those who work hard pay more taxes, while those who understand the system legally save more. Key lesson from this chapter: financial knowledge, kandiak, power. Don't fear taxes. Learn how they work. Corporation versus individual. The rich live through companies, not through personal names. Saving money is just as important as earning it. The middle class works hard, but the rich build systems that work for them. Conclusion: don't just work hard, work smart. Hard work alone won't make you rich, but understanding money, taxes, and systems will. Chapter 5. The Rich Invent Money, a game-changing chapter about financial creativity. Robert Kiyosaki opens this chapter with a powerful truth. The lack of money isn't the real problem. The real problem is the lack of thinking. His poor dad always said, "I can't afford it." But Rich Dad would ask, "How can I afford it?" The difference isn't just in words, it's in mindset. Rich people don't just wait for opportunities, they create them. Risk or opportunity? Most people fear risk, so they settle for a safe job, a safe life, and safe savings. But the rich see risk as a learning tool. Rich Dad used to say, "Inside every risk lies a hidden opportunity, if you know how to see it." Robert shares a story from his childhood. He and Mike, Rich Dad's son, started a small library business using old comic books. They weren't working for money. They had built a system that earned money. For them, that's financial creativity, the true engine of wealth. What makes the rich different? They're constant learners. They keep learning about investing, business, and markets. They make fast decisions. When they spot an opportunity, they take quick action. They're not afraid to fail. Every failure is just a lesson in disguise. They build networks, not resumes. Their focus is on who can help me and whom can I help. Robert's core teaching here: you shouldn't work for money, your money should work for you. He says he's seen highly educated people stay broke. Why? Because they have degrees, but zero financial IQ. The rich invent money using ideas, systems, and creative thinking. Practical tips from Chapter 5. Never stop learning. Read about investing, business, taxes, and market trends. Start small. Big businesses often start with tiny ideas. Catch the small waves first. Face your fears. Stop fearing money. Start understanding it. Learn to build assets. Create or buy things that generate steady income. Rental property, digital products, YouTube channels, ebooks, etc. A powerful line from Rich Dad: more money won't solve your problems. More financial intelligence will. Even if you get $1 million today without financial literacy, it'll be gone in no time. That's why the rich gain knowledge before money, and then use that knowledge to make money. Conclusion: if you're still thinking, "I don't have money," it's time to flip the mindset to, "How can I create money?" Because the rich don't wait for opportunities, they invent them. Chapter 6. Work to learn. Don't work for money. The most underrated secret of the rich. Poor Dad always said, get a good job so you can earn a good salary. But Rich Dad's advice was different. Learn skills that set you free from needing a job. This chapter flips the whole idea of working upside down. True power doesn't come from a job. It comes from knowledge and skills. Most people work for money, but the rich work to learn, so they can build systems that make money for them. Difference in thinking. Poor Dad's mindset. I want a promotion. I want a higher salary. Rich Dad's mindset. What can I learn that will make me financially free? The lesson. If you just keep chasing money, you'll always be building someone else's dream. But if you work to learn, one day you'll own your dream. Skills. Salary. Robert shares how he took a job in a sales company, even though he hated selling. But he realized sales and communication are superpowers that can take you anywhere in life. Whether you're a doctor, a writer, or a YouTuber, if you don't know how to sell yourself, your talent will stay hidden. Cross-functional learning. Financial growth. Robert emphasizes, generalized knowledge makes you rich. Don't just master one thing. Learn the basics of marketing, sales, accounting, investing. The more you know across domains, the more unstoppable you become. An entrepreneur doesn't need to be a designer, but they must understand the value of good design. Want to get rich? Don't just go deep in one skill. Go wide in the skills that matter. 3 powerful takeaways from Chapter 6. Take jobs to learn, not to earn. See every job as training, not just income. Communication. Power. No matter how talented you are, if you can't express your value, the world won't see it. Multiple skills. Unlimited potential. When you stack skills, your net worth increases, not just your salary. Golden advice from Rich Dad. Whenever you get a chance, you learn. Even if you have to work for free, do it for the skills, the network, and the experience. Many millionaires started by working without pay, not for money, but for wisdom and access. Conclusion. Working for money will never set you free, but working to learn will eventually teach you how to build a system where you can give others jobs. Biggest takeaway of this chapter: to earn more, first learn more, because in the end, it's your knowledge that leads you to wealth. Chapter 7. Overcoming obstacles, what really stops you from getting rich. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki reveals a truth most people ignore. The biggest obstacles on the road to wealth are not a lack of knowledge, but emotional and mental barriers. It's not the outside world that stops us. It's what's going on inside. Fear, doubt, laziness, bad habits, and ego. Obstacle 1. Fear, the biggest fear. Losing money. That's why people don't invest. They don't start businesses. They avoid risk and say, what if I lose everything? But rich people face that fear. Rich Dad said, every loss is a lesson. Every failure is feedback. Robert shares, I've failed many times, but each time I learned something new. The only way to beat fear is take action. Obstacle 2. Doubt. Can I really do this? I don't have enough experience. Self-doubt is your biggest enemy. Poor Dad got stuck in this loop, while Rich Dad saw every challenge as an opportunity. Robert says, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Obstacle 3. Laziness. We stay busy with work, but we avoid the important stuff, like planning our money, learning new skills, or investing. Rich people use time based on priorities, not comfort. They beat laziness with purpose. Ask yourself today, is what I'm doing making me rich or just keeping me busy? Obstacle 4. Bad habits. As soon as we get money, we spend it. And then we save what's left, if anything. But the rich do the opposite. First, they save, then invest, and spend what's left. Rich Dad always said, cut expenses, build assets. If you can't control yourself, money will never stay. Obstacle 5. Arrogance. I already know this. I don't need help. This mindset shuts the door to growth. The rich are always learning. If they don't know something, they ask the experts. Rich Dad nailed it. Arrogance, greed, ignorance plus ego. Roberts 3. Golden rules. Stop fearing failure. Failure is a teacher. 2. Don't let others define you. Think for yourself. 3. Learn something new every day. Knowledge is power. Conclusion. Obstacles don't live outside you. They live inside you. Once you conquer your fear, your doubts, your laziness and habits, you start walking the true path to wealth. Chapter 8. Getting started. Where and how to begin your wealth journey. Everyone who dreams of being rich eventually asks, where do I even begin? In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki gives us 10 powerful steps to start our financial journey. These steps aren't just about money, they're about mindset, mission, and momentum. Step 1. Find a powerful reason. Why do you want to be rich? Money alone isn't enough. You need a strong why to give your kids a better future, to live with freedom, to make a big impact. The stronger your reason, the smaller your obstacles will feel. Rich Dad always said, great journeys begin with a great why. Step 2. Choose daily learning. You don't get rich by traditional school. You get rich by self-education. Read books, listen to audiobooks, learn from mentors. Rich Dad believed, knowledge is the new money. The more you learn, the more you earn. Step 3. Believe in yourself. Let go of fear like, I can't do this. I don't have time. Let's just see what happens. That's poor thinking. Start thinking like the rich. I can learn. I will try. I can do this. Step 4. Find a mentor. Find someone who's already done what you want to do. That person becomes your guide. Rich Dad was Robert's mentor. He taught him how to think in systems, manage money, and build business. Mentorship saves you time and mistakes. Step 5. Take action. Thinking is good, but doing is better. Plans don't work without action. Even if you fail, you learn. Robert says, just start. Start small, a side hustle, a tiny investment, and grow from there. Step 6. Feedback is fuel. People will talk. Some will criticize. Don't let it stop you. Let feedback guide your growth. Rich Dad said, inside, every criticism is the key to improvement. Step 7. Surround yourself with winners. The people around you shape your future. Stay close to those who think big. Stay away from negativity. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your circle wisely. Step 8. Start building assets. This is where the money magic begins. Interested in real estate? Learn about it. Curious about stocks? Start investing. Into digital products? Create and sell. Add 1 new asset every month. That's how you grow passive income. Step 9. Repeat. Refine. Grow. Learn something new. Refine your mistakes. Level up. Growth takes time, but with consistency, it's guaranteed. Step 10. Practice gratitude. Rich Dad always said, thank the money. Respect the process. The more grateful you are for what you have and what you learn, the more abundance flows your way. Conclusion. The journey to wealth doesn't begin with making money. It begins with changing your mindset. When your reason is strong, your knowledge is growing, your actions are aligned, and your network supports you, that's when your real journey begins. Chapter 9. Still want more? The final push to true financial freedom. In this final chapter, Robert Kiyosaki asks us a bold question. Do you still want more? Have you settled for less? Or is there still a fire in your heart to chase something big? This chapter isn't just about money anymore. It's about waking up your inner hunger and turning that hunger into action. 1. Keep the fire alive. Most people get excited after reading a book like this, but over time, that excitement fades. Robert says, knowledge only works if used consistently. Remind yourself daily of your why. Take small steps every single day. Make your passion a daily habit. Don't work for money. Make money work for you. Poor. Dad said, get a secure job, save money, play it safe. But Rich Dad taught, build more assets, create passive income. Ask yourself honestly, are you just surviving or truly growing? 3. Keep learning, keep growing. Robert believes that learning should never stop. Each day brings a new idea, new lesson, or new risk. Listen to podcasts, read new books, talk to mentors, and apply what you learn immediately, because remember, applied knowledge is real power. 4. Ask questions, find answers as you grow. Your mind will fill with new questions. Where should I invest? How do I start a business? How do I manage risk? Rich Dad said, ask more questions, not more excuses. Every answer you find becomes a new beginning. 5. The magic of network. Your network is your net worth. Connect with people who inspire you, who understand your goals, and who are on their own growth journey. Join Facebook groups, seminars, or online courses. Surround yourself with those who lift you up. Rich Dad believed, business ideas don't grow in isolation, they flourish in communities. 6. Repeat it, apply it, teach it. Whatever you've learned, repeat it. Then take it further. Teach someone else. Share your mindset with friends. Start financial talks in your family. Create blogs, lectures, or YouTube videos. Learn, apply, teach. The full growth cycle. Conclusion: if there's still fire inside you to achieve more, if you want to live a rich life, not just a safe one, if you're ready for true financial freedom, then start now, because today's small step can lead to tomorrow's big success. Final message from Robert Kiyosaki. Money is just a tool. True wealth is the freedom to live your dreams without limits. Chapter 10. Applying the rich mindset in real life, from knowing to doing. So far, you've learned the difference between rich and poor thinking, how to build assets, why money should work for you, not the other way around, and how to shift your mindset toward true financial freedom. But now comes the real question. How do I apply all this in real life? This bonus chapter is all about turning thinking into doing. Step 1. Start your morning with a question, not a thought. Each morning, ask yourself, what asset can I build today? Don't just think about what to do. Focus on why and how to do it. This simple shift will rewire your priorities and slowly move your brain toward a business mindset. Step 2. Audit your income. Robert says, if you can't manage your money, it won't stay with you. Track your income, expenses, and savings monthly. Use a notebook or an app. Then ask, is my income active or passive? Am I building any new income stream? The goal? Be the master of money, not its slave. Step 3. Start building small assets. No, you don't need to buy real estate right away. Start small. Create a digital product. Take an online course. Start a SIP in the stock market. Begin affiliate marketing or a YouTube channel. Until you build assets, you're not in the real game. Step 4. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Rich Dad always said, environment is stronger than willpower. If your circle only complains, fears risk, and avoids action, you'll become like them. Build a network that wants to rise. Join Telegram groups, Facebook communities, or attend local meetups. Step 5. Dedicate one day a week to mind. Growth. Choose one day every week for pure learning. Read a new book, listen to an audiobook, watch a successful person's interview, review and update your financial goals. Remember, learning, earning. Step 6. Identify and stop the poor thoughts. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, I don't have money, I can't do it, let's just see what happens. Immediately switch it to, I'll build an asset, I'll learn this, I'll give it a try. This mental shift is the real game changer. Step 7. Set one new goal. Every month this month, build 1,000 in passive income. Next month, create your first asset. After that, Make a new investment. Small, consistent goals lead to time, plus money freedom, the real fun of life. Step 8. Make big decisions with a calm mind. Rich people think fast, but decide slow. Poor dad rushed into action. Rich dad paused, analyzed, and then acted. Study the market, weigh the risk, then take action. Patience is power in the rich mindset. Conclusion: reading the book isn't enough. You must live it, practice it, become it. True wealth comes when your mindset plus actions plus network plus habits are all aligned. So rise up, think smart, and get started. Because now you're no longer a reader, you're a doer. If this video changed your thinking even a little or inspired you, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful video. We'll keep bringing you more knowledge and motivation. See you in the next one. Until then, keep learning, keep growing.